Hey guys, I hope everyone's doing well. Today we're going to have a bit of a chat about quasi-recovery. So quasi is this place of semi-recovery, really. You know, you've eaten a bit more and people around you maybe aren't quite so concerned. You can participate in life. You have maybe put on some weight, maybe quite a bit of weight. But the reality is that you know deep down that you're still living with food rules and behaviors and thoughts, and every day is just a slog. You know that it doesn't feel like this place of freedom that everyone like me talks about. And it's confusing, right? Especially when you've been there for a while and support has started to drop away. Even professionals are saying, well, you've reached a healthy weight, you're recovered now. Healthy weight. It's a really tricky place to be. You might even be gaslighting yourself that this is recovered, you know, that this place is recovered, even though part of you knows it's not. But if everyone around you is kind of going, oh, look how great you are now, it's easy to kind of gaslight yourself, I think, to going, okay, well, maybe this is as good as it gets. It's not. Just because you have restored some body weight, you've gone some way, maybe even the full way to nutritional rehabilitation, it doesn't necessarily mean that that all-important work of neural rewiring has happened yet. And I think there's often a temptation to tell yourself that you've done something wrong, that you should be recovered by now. But it just doesn't always work like that. Very often we find that you have to do a certain amount of physical restoration before you can really deal with the neural rewiring. And that's totally okay. And then we've got the eating disorder voice that's going, oh, well, what if you just lost all of that weight and started over and you do it properly this time? Don't do that. Really bad idea. Really bad idea. Because the truth is that you're not going to jump right in. You're not going to just obliterate all of your food rules from the get-go again. You will be further entrenched in your eating disorder and you will still have all of those rules and plus some. So, where do we go instead? I think we have to start at viewing the weight that you've already gained as a really good thing, because it is. It's that is going to be able to give you the cognitive perspective to be able to acknowledge that this isn't the place of full recovery, that I need to do more work. No, you don't have all of the benefits of full recovery just yet, but you're still not back where you started. And this is the point where you really have to just dig deep. You have to ground yourself in the reality that this is not the final destination. And here we have the eating disorder, no doubt, also going, but won't you gain unnecessary weight? And no, the short answer is no, it's not unnecessary. That is the weight that you need to gain in order to completely nutritionally rehabilitate as well as rewire. And I think for me, one of the really helpful things was acknowledging that I need to eat this much and I need to gain this weight in order to do the neural rewiring. It became much less about the physical restoration, which is super important. We can't avoid that. We absolutely cannot. But once you've kind of passed that point and going, well, physically I'm at least safe, even if it might not be your set point weight range, you are more safe than you were. It can be very challenging to then push through, to really keep going. But what helped me was acknowledging that what I needed to do to keep going was about neural rewiring. And that's the thing that was going to set me free. Of course, overshoot is a thing. It happens to a lot of people and it can be distressing. But again, I would say that that is something that your body manages. If you do overshoot, your body will taper down without your intervention. And if it doesn't, also okay. I think part of this journey is accepting your natural unsuppressed body weight. It is not easy, it takes work, it is hard. I'll acknowledge that I have recovered into a smaller body and that I haven't experienced the challenges that people who recover into a larger body will experience. But the truth here is you can't recover from your eating disorder without reaching your unsuppressed body weight. So how do we get out of it? We're here for practical tips. The first place is to get really, really honest with yourself. Ideally with your support team as well, but at least with yourself to say, where is restriction showing up? What am I doing in my day-to-day that is telling my body and my brain that I'm still afraid of weight gain, that I have to abide by these rules or these behaviors to stay safe? Where is it showing up? And this can be in really subtle ways. Are you saying yes to spontaneous snacks, or are you playing it safe? Are you eating to full satisfaction at every meal, or are you maybe saving a bit of room just in case something comes up later? Are you liberally pouring cereal into a bowl, or are you kind of watching those flakes tumble in and micromanaging and maybe taking a bit out and just going, oh, maybe that's enough, that's enough? Where is it really that restriction is showing up? Where is it not showing your body and your brain that food is abundant, that there are no rules? So your job now is to identify all of these bits of restriction and then go as far as you can in the opposite direction. On this one, I actually found it really helpful to zoom out, to take a really macro view, to kind of go, well, the opposite action of micromanaging and getting just enough was to eat as much as possible at every single opportunity. It just really simplified things for me. And when recovery can feel really overwhelming and confusing and this rule and that rule and hoops and jumping, for me, it just really helped to zoom out, simplify it. I'm eating as much as possible. Obviously, at points there, I had to kind of zoom in and focus on specific foods or specific combinations or conditions around eating. But overall, to get out of that quasi rut, I really had to go, all right, I'm done with the just enough and I'm going for as much as possible. This does two things, right? So it really attacks that nutritional rehabilitation. It makes sure that we are getting as much food as possible, that we are gaining weight to the point that our body feels safe and happy. And it also addresses all of those neural networks that are in there telling you, oh, not that, not this, all of the rules, all of the behaviors, all of the thoughts around restricting food. It crushes them. This means that you won't be balancing on that knife edge of just recovered or just enough to maybe stay in a healthy BMI range. It's really going the full distance. It's going to that final destination of your body is safe and you've been able to rewire your brain. Obviously, it takes a huge amount of guts to get yourself out of quasi-recovery. It's such an easy place to stay for years because of the lack of support and the fact that you can function in everyday life. Would you say that you're thriving? Perhaps not, but it is a place where you can function. Yes, it can feel a lot harder to push through when you don't feel like you've got this kind of buffer of necessary weight gain, but I really hope that you can reframe that to say that this is still necessary weight gain. No, it might not look like it on a BMI chart, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that this is necessary weight gain for you to reach a place of full recovery, to let your body settle at its happy place, for your brain to rewire so that you no longer have these fears and the rules around food. This is also the part where you get to really learn about who you are. You get to unpack views that you've got around image and your body, to rebuild that connection with yourself and to really live in alignment with your values. And let me assure you that there really is a massive difference between quasi-recovery and full recovery. It feels very different. So if you're in this place of quasi-recovery, just know that it is possible to move out of it, that this isn't as good as it gets. your eating disorder wants you to believe that. It wants you to drop anchor, but it's not. And you have to do the work. No one else is going to do that work. I can't do the work for you. No professional can, no friend, no family member can do that. It's up to you, and you've got the power to do it. So take care, everyone. And as always, I'm happy to chat wherever you can find me. Bye.